Laila Mourad, welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, nice to meet you too.
So we're in VidCon in Abu Dhabi. Have you been to a conference for content creators before?
Yeah, I've been to a few YouTube ones, but
Yeah.
this is the first one like this big that I've been to.
Okay, so what, like YouTube ones, what normally happens? A lot of YouTubers get together, you
Yeah.
see different people.
Usually it's like a lot of networking, meeting some fans,
Yeah.
doing different panels, the sort.
Interesting. So how would you introduce yourself? Do you introduce yourself as a content creator?
Yes, I do, mainly, because I do all kinds of platforms. It's not just one platform.
Yeah.
I used to introduce myself as a YouTuber only,
yeah.
but now I'm on like everything.
Everything. So how did you start off on YouTube?
So I started a bunch of years ago, maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I went through an eating disorder a long time ago, and then I learned all the right ways to like lose weight, maintain a healthy lifestyle, and so I thought I wanted to share that message with everybody and everything that I learned.
Interesting.
So so that nobody else has to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
And so I started that in Arabic.
Yeah.
And well, I started in English and then moved on to Arabic. And then ever since then, I just kind of branched out, started showing more of my life, and it turned into like a fitness/lifestyle.
Amazing. So it was relatable from the start because you were speaking about something personal and you developed a community around that.
Yeah, that's mainly my community. People who know me most or know me from the start know that mainly.
Yeah, the community that you built up was around relatable content, and they were the types of people that your fans basically.
Yeah, most of my fans usually relate to that kind of story, or any type of story where they're trying to lose weight or trying to get the body that they want or live a healthy lifestyle,
Yeah.
but don't want to diet anymore in that kind of crazy way.
Yeah. So it's 5 years ago, and you kind of got into it, and then at what point did you do it full time, and what were you kind of studying or working at before?
I was actually a producer behind the scenes for TV.
Amazing.
For like 3 years in my first years of YouTube and Instagram, and then as soon as I hit 1 million followers or subscribers on YouTube, I was like, peace, and went on and did my own thing.
Okay, amazing. And where was that?
Saudi Arabia, Riyadh.
Okay, so you're a producer there, and
Yeah.
and you have a very American accent.
Yeah, I'm Canadian,
Okay.
Lebanese.
Canadian, Lebanese.
Yeah, I
and-
grew up in Canada and Saudi Arabia.
Okay, so and that was that the reason you switched languages, or why?
Yeah, so I started off in English because it's my first language and what I'm most comfortable speaking. And then I also speak Arabic, but at first it was kind of like not great. But I would create the same video in English and in Arabic. And the Arabic one would do so much better because there wasn't anyone creating that kind of content here.
Yeah.
So once I saw that, I was like, okay, it doesn't make sense. Like, people here might need that more.
Yeah.
So I felt like I should do it in Arabic, and then I've been doing it in Arabic ever since.
Interesting. It's good A/B testing, and
Yeah.
obviously YouTube's quite really big. And is your audience mostly from Saudi Arabia, or is it all over?
It's mostly Saudi Arabia, yeah, and then there's some UAE, some Lebanon, and
Yeah.
then just all over.
Yeah, and how has the content changed? Like, do you do script writing? Do you plan shows and series and seasons?
So with YouTube, it's a lot of like planning.
Yeah.
You do have to plan, execute, film it, and then edit it yourself, or if you get an editor, but I do it all myself.
Oh, really?
So it's a lot of that, but ever since I started, I kind of know what I'm doing more, so I know whether I need to like really plan a video or if I can just go off and like do it naturally.
Yeah, so the types of videos that you do are planned, but then you might do other social content that's a bit more ad hoc or
so it
spontaneous.
depends. If it's like a sit-down video, that will be more scripted. But if it's, I also do vlogging and stuff, so I can just go around and just see where it takes me.
Yeah, and so the 1 million followers, subscribers on YouTube, then your videos would be getting lots of views, you're making revenue share, you're doing brand endorsements. Was that enough to sustain this full time? Yeah.
So in the region, I wouldn't say it's enough full time if you're just doing YouTube.
Rev share, yeah, someone else said that as well.
You need to actually have some brand deals come in, which actually make it sustainable.
Yeah, interesting. And so you're doing the content creation, the editing. Do you have someone to look after your brand deals? You work with a talent manager?
Yeah, I have a manager who is my fiance.
Okay, amazing. Teamwork.
Yeah.
So that means you don't need to work with another talent management agency?
I used to, but I found it's better to just have my manager manage me.
Okay. And are going to build this out more, as in there's so many platforms now that you can post on and things like that. Do you need more editors and more of a team as well?
Honestly, you might, but I'm the type of person who just wants to do I'm a control freak. So I want to do everything myself. But especially nowadays with like the other places I would put my content is Instagram and TikTok mainly for now.
And they're not
so hard to create, I would say. Like I do have, like, my fiance would take my pictures and then I could just edit them, or I would do my own TikToks. So my main thing is the YouTube channel, but I would, since I'm already doing that, then I want to get an editor, but I haven't yet.
It's interesting, 2 other YouTubers said the same thing, that was the hardest thing they ever did, letting go of the editing, because it's your face, it's your work.
If you're that control, I can't do that.
But do you plan out like what else you can, if it's a business, do you say, hey, I might want to launch a product, or I might want a goal of having a series or a show, or what type of things? Surely from a producer background you might be interested in that.
Do you mean as a business?
Yeah, just in terms of the content that you produce, what other formats can they take in the future?
It depends on the platforms, right? I wasn't thinking this kind of content's going to come out, like the TikToks or the Reels that are coming out. It really depends on what what platform comes out. So then you cater to that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So your media, the content, the stories that you tell, the audience that engages you, then the medium changes. It can be audio, video, anything.
Exactly.
And would you go into audio and podcasts?
We were thinking about it. I actually branched out, and now we have a channel, me and my fiance, the Ladley channel. So we have branched out into that on YouTube, and then people have recommended to create that as a podcast. Podcast. Maybe.
Yeah, interesting. And where are you based? Are you based in Dubai now?
Yes, we are based in Dubai.
So at the moment, it's the 2 of you running this full time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what are your sort of plans for next year? Do you have any kind of content goals and things like that?
I really want to focus on the Ladley channel as a couples channel.
Ladley?
Because Ladley, yeah. And I think that has a lot of potential. It's totally different than what I was doing, but I found like a lot more fun in that. So
what do you talk about personal things together?
We do just like random stuff, but it's really funny. So it brings out like that fun sense of humor rather than just like fitness content and lifestyle. It brings out like a much more fun side.
Interesting.
So I'm having fun with it.
And do you work do you work remotely? Do you need to be in a studio, or what's your sort of?
No, now with YouTube it's like you can film anywhere.
And the editing side of things, like you're good at doing that yourself.
I'm really good at. I've put in my 10,000 hours. I'm pretty good at editing.
Okay. How do you see, Laila, from a producer TV background, how do you see the industry evolving? What do you think of the creator economy and how it's evolving?
I mean, right now what I'm seeing is that people I feel like have a shorter attention span and like short content, which is why TikTok's doing so well, and Reels and stuff. So you have to kind of mix. If you're going to do long content, you have to also be on other platforms that have short content like
exactly. That. And the streaming space, like, would you ever like to produce longer form content as well for?
I mean, on our channel, we have like our videos can go up to 20 minutes.
Okay,
so we are doing that.
You are already.
We're trying to do everything.
Wow, it must be busy. So you might hope that, not hope, but you could collaborate with a streaming platform like Shahid's or something like that, or Netflix.
I never really thought of that, but it's not out of the question.
Amazing. Well, cool. Well, thanks so much for sharing how you created your content.
Thank you.
And looking forward to following, and I'll watch the couple show.
Thanks.
Cool. All right.